Alright y'all, welcome back to Hobbit Footed Grillin. Today we're making pork belly tacos. So we got this pork belly that we have seasoned, and we're heating up the Kamado Joe. It's going to be smoked on here for an hour, and then we're going to move on over to the Blackstone and finish them off. So while this Joe heats up, why don't you guys check out how I prep these pork belly taco ingredients. Alright, so see you inside. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do some prep. So as you see here, we have some cabbage, a couple of limes, some green onions, cilantro, and garlic. So today we're making a sauce for our tacos, and we're also making a slaw with so some of this is for the sauce, some is for the sauce, and we're also making a Sriracha Mayo and a lime crema, because not everyone likes Sriracha Mayo. So we're making a lime crema for those who want something that's not spicy on their tacos. So we're gonna go ahead and set some of this aside, and we're gonna start with our sauce for the tacos. So those are gonna be in some of the other ones. All right, so our sauce, we're gonna start with a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. So I have this pre-poured. This is Kikkoman low sodium soy sauce. So we're gonna put a 1/4 cup in here. I'll do that. And then we follow that up with a 1/4 cup of honey. So I have the honey here in this, I have the honey here in this jar, as you can see. It's our honey, and we're gonna go ahead and spoon some in there. Try to get a 1/4 cup of it. Actually brought us up to a 1/4 cup, so that's pretty good. So a 1/4 cup of honey. And then we're gonna do, after the honey, we're gonna have 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, which I have here in this this little guy. So we'll use our spoon to grab that out. So hoisin sauce. And then after the hoisin sauce, we need rice wine vinegar. So this is 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. And this is rice wine vinegar with toasted sesame added to it. So we're gonna add that in. Okay. Following the rice wine vinegar, we're gonna go ahead and add we're gonna add all these cloves of garlic, and we're gonna mince them into it. So we're gonna use our garlic press. We're gonna mince this in. Oh shit, backwards. Alright, we're gonna mince that in. And after our garlic, we're gonna go ahead and do some grated ginger. And instead of grated ginger, I didn't have a ginger and I didn't buy one, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this minced ginger. That's a pre-minced ginger. It's pretty good flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of that minced ginger in there. There's a minced ginger. And we'll go ahead and mix that in again. Trying to stir in every step to make sure this is nicely incorporated. Okay, so after the ginger, we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So let me go ahead and find my 1/2 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So here we go. Add our salt in. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And also 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, which we'll also add in using the same teaspoon. And grab our black pepper. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and give that a good mix. Alright, there you all are. That's our sauce. So let me go ahead and set this aside, and we're going to move on to our slaw. So the big part of our slaw is going to be this cabbage. There's our cabbage. And set these green onions aside for now. So our cabbage here is going to be a big part of our slaw. We're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Now in this cabbage, so these pieces are a little big, so we're going to take them out. They're going to be set aside. So I don't want giant pieces in here. Okay. These are a little too big. Alright, so now in the cabbage slaw, we're supposed to use red pepper, but we're not going to use a red pepper in this one. So we have a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, Now this is both the kikkoman and I didn't have enough of that, so it's also the Golden Mountain seasoning sauce. So we're gonna pour a 1/4 cup in there. And then we're gonna follow that soy sauce with 2 tablespoons of honey. So we're gonna use less honey than last time, but still some honey. So we use our honey spoon, grab estimate 2 tablespoons of this stuff. Probably about there, that'll work. 2 tablespoons of honey, okay. And then following that honey, we're gonna use a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. And I have that pre-done in here. That's a rice wine vinegar, a tablespoon of it. So we're gonna go ahead and drop that in there. And then we're gonna follow that up with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. So we'll go to our salt. Okay. And then we're gonna set this bowl aside briefly. So we need to chop some green onion. Take my green onion that I have here. I'm gonna go ahead and chop that. So we're gonna save the tips of these onions because I'm gonna be growing some so I can buy less onion. So we'll save the very tips for later. Those will be saved. And then go ahead and chop our onion up. So I'm gonna separate the whites out. The green becomes garnish. The whites are going in the coleslaw. So now I feel that without the green pepper, that's not actually enough variation in this coleslaw. So I'm gonna get 3 more green onions. Alright, so I felt that this coleslaw needed something more than just a bunch of cabbage and seasoning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those green onions and we're gonna increase the amount that's in there. So chop our whites up, put them back in the bowl. Alright, so that's our green onion. Now the greens are going to be set aside for garnish later. Take the coleslaw, we're going to mix it and get all that seasoning mixed in. This is going to top our tacos. Very nice. Now that can hang out in the fridge until the tacos are ready. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is our Sriracha Mayo. So the Sriracha Mayo is going to be this mayo. It's a cup of mayo that I've already poured out. We're going to go ahead and use our bowl for mixing it. So we're going to mix it in this bowl. So we have a cup of mayo. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. Here's our cup. We have 3 tablespoons of Sriracha. And then we need to put in 2 teaspoons of honey. So I'm going to use my honey spoon again. I'm just going to get a little bit of the tip of the spoon. Alright, following the honey, we do a tablespoon of lemon juice. For that, I have this pre-squeezed lemon juice bottle that I'm going to use. I'll just squeeze some of that in there. Should be good. That wasn't very precise, but it's okay. And then we're going to use a clove of garlic pressed. So we have our garlic here, garlic clove. I'm going to press 1 more clove. And then we're going to use some cayenne pepper. It's supposed to be a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm just going to eyeball it. So looks decent. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix that together. So yeah, it's really good. It has a kick. Tastes good. Alright, so there's our Sriracha Mayo. So we're going to set this mayo aside in the fridge. Alright, so I've rinsed the cutting board and I've added 2 limes. We're going to go ahead and do our lime crema now. So this is going to be 2 limes, some sour cream, salt, pepper, and a little bit of taco seasoning to make a crema that people can enjoy that do not like spicy things. So first of all I'll do is I'll take these limes and I'll go ahead and chop them in half. Alright, so we chop those in half. So now we're going to go ahead and squeeze, or first we're going to zest some of the lime zest into our sour cream. So we're going to go ahead and add some zest. So we'll take our zester and we'll that actually looks like enough juice. So I'm going to go ahead and add the black pepper. So, a bit of pepper. And then my, has a homemade taco seasoning. Add a little bit of that. And then we're going to go ahead and whisk that together. And then we're going to go ahead and whisk that together. So there's our lime crema. This is also going to be set aside to the fridge so that we can eat this later with the tacos. After another cleaning, it's time to chop the rest of our veg. So we have this cilantro. The cilantro is going to be used for whoever wants cilantro on their tacos and also as a garnish. So we're going to go ahead and chop this. Alright. Here's our cilantro that's chopped. We'll set that aside as well. Alright, and the last thing I'll be chopping is going to be my green onions. The greens for them. And these are going to be used as garnish and toppings as well for these tacos. So it's going to go in a bowl. There we go. There's our green onion chopped. Alright, so with that we've concluded the vegetable portion of our prep. Okay, so now we're going to do this nice pork belly. This is going to be cubed into pieces, so I had this fillet knife for doing this. It'll be easier than the butcher knife. So we're going to start this way. Alright, so we got most of this pork cubed up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this pork, we're going to put it in a bigger bowl, another metal bowl. Yeah, we're going to put it in a metal bowl. So there's a metal bowl, we're going to throw it in here. So metal bowl, so what I'm going to season it with is this homemade taco seasoning that I mixed. This is like paprika, cumin, pepper, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of regular taco seasoning as a base. So we're going to go ahead and start mixing it with this. Alright, and that is our pork belly cubed and seasoned and ready to go on the smoker. So I'll see you guys outside and we'll throw this on the smoker. Alright, here we go. Alright y'all, this thing's nice and to temperature, so we're going to go ahead and open her. And you can see those coals are really nice. So we're going to go ahead and add our applewood for some smoke. Then we're going to put our pork belly on here. There we go. Grab that off and add our applewood. I want this nice and smoky, so I'm going to add a bunch of applewood. Get a good amount of smoke on that. Fix my grate. Okay, add applewood for smoke. And then we're going to go ahead and take this nice pork belly, put it right in the middle. Okay, close it up and I'll see you guys in an hour. Alright y'all, we're back. This pork belly has been on for an hour smoking, so it's ready to come off. So let's go ahead and open it and take a look. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. That is some good looking pork belly. It's nice and charred. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that off, let it rest for a bit. Over here, let that rest, and then I'm gonna preheat the Blackstone, and we will sauce this up and make our tacos. All right, y'all, we got this griddle nice and heated up, so we're gonna go ahead and put the pork belly on. This is our pork belly that was charred over there, so let's go ahead and do this. So let's start with some oil, just so it doesn't burn onto the griddle. Put plenty of oil. on there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that pork belly on. Has a nice char on the outside, tender on the inside, very crispy. Goes on. We're gonna go ahead and use our spatula to get that nice and on there. There we go. It's a nice smoked pork belly. A bit crispier than I had planned, but that's alright. So we're gonna do pork belly over here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this sauce that we made. I'm gonna start adding this in, tossing this pork belly in the sauce. Get nice and sticky and cooked. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and start heating our corn tortillas up on this other side. Give them a nice warming. This side is also on low. That'll hang out for a bit. The problem with corn tortillas is if you want to heat it too much, they're going to start cracking. So what we're going to do is we're going to start putting our pork in. So, our pork in. You need to get some of that pork belly. I actually only made enough pork belly to make 10 tacos. That's okay. 2 each person. There are 5 of us. So, works out okay. Alright, so we got those on. Go ahead and grab some of the sauce and make sure it isn't wasted. Get all that nice sauce. These guys. I need those. I need those. Thank you. Got all that nice sauce on those guys. Now we're going to go ahead and add our cabbage in. So our cabbage is going to go on top of these. This is that nice slaw that we made. So we're supposed to have some of the slaw on there. Now we're going to go ahead and add our lime crema. Now all of them are going to get hit with the lime crema. Only 2 of them are going to get hit with sriracha, because not everyone likes sriracha. So we'll start with the lime. Actually, let's throw our green onion on first. So throw some green onion on all of them. Now there would be cilantro on here too, but not everybody likes cilantro, so I'm letting people put that on themselves. Add our lime crema in. This is our lime crema. It's not wanting to work, so what we're going to do is we're going to add it like this. Each one. And we'll go ahead and on 2 of them I'm going to add my Sriracha Mayo. So 2 get the Sriracha Mayo. These 2 for Sriracha Mayo. Because not everyone likes the spicy, but I do. So Sriracha Mayo on 2 of them. Alright, y'all, thank you for joining me today at Hobbit Footed Grillin for dinner. We made these pork belly tacos with a lime crema and Sriracha Mayo as well. Until next time, thank you guys for joining me, and happy grilling and griddling. Bye.